EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to Southern California as we've got playoff football ahead in the City of Angels. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Los Angeles Rams. Punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll try and run here with Clement. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Switch. Stay at home.
On 1st and 10, it's Clement. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And this is caught by Jackson.
A Hall of Fame coach once said, there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or 2. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. Here's Sanders. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's third down.
I'm going back to you.
On third down, here comes Clement. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Golf will lead the Rams up here, 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Super one.
First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
15 yards on the play, first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Try to get it to Woods, and it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, here's Goff. Airing it out deep for Woods. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start out on the ground with Sproles. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
12 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 12. First down, Eagles.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
Waiting.
Jeffrey with a catch left side. Alshon Jeffrey. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey. 75 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Give the tackle that time to Rodney McLeod. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Goff now to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders. 54 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Fletcher Cox forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Goff. Throw left side, complete to Cobb. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. They got him in It's Woods. Well, that's good for a first down. Here's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Nigel Bradham coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And the pressure gets to him again. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Now it's Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. This is caught at the 20. Goff finding Cooks on a big play. 53 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. There's Goff. Right side complete. That's Woods. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Goff. And it's complete to Martin. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
58,
To the air again. Goff. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Blow. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. On 3rd down, Blunt, and he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. They go back to the ground, this time Clement. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
On third down, Clement. And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. But it'll be second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Goff now looks to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Paul Warlow. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there, first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, it's Sanders. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Another run here with Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Now they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down.
Hey, wahoo! 58. Hey, keep it up.
Throwing his Wentz. Right side caught by Jackson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 20-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Clement. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's Clement. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
On 2nd down now, it's Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Goff, room here to run. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Rams take over first.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe than returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, LA! Robert Woods, 75 yards. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustmts.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll run it with Sproles. He takes this for 3 to the 29. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Jackson's got it over the middle. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Now Wentz. They shakes him off. Now he'll escape to his right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, you see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. Pass there he goes left side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
Here we go again.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
On first down, it's Sanders. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll try to run with Sanders, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. On 2nd down, Blunt. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. 20! And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Brandon Cooks, 79 yards. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. Now Goff will lead the Rams up to go for 2. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Come on, let's go.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Just like that. Just like that.
Now a carry for Sanders. And some room to work. A first down there.